Before we get into today's video, the one you guys are watching right now is the 99th video I've posted here. The next one is going to be the 100th one, and for that I figured we would do a question and answer video. So if you guys have any questions about the farm or about me or anything else you want to ask, comment them down below, and then in the next video we will answer as many of those questions as possible. Good morning everybody. Not last night but the night before we had our first frost of the fall. Got to -4, so that's pretty solid frost. I believe they said it felt like -7, and it was below 0 for I think about 12 hours overnight. Solid frost. All the plants that were growing are probably done now. The leaves on the trees are probably going to start to turn brown. It was a pretty good frost. There was a bunch of frost on the roofs of all the buildings and all the grass and stuff like that. It is on the earlier side, but the average first frost date for fall out where we are in central Saskatchewan is apparently mid-September, maybe a little bit later than that. So it's only maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks early this year. But you know, that average, you know, you got to give or take a week or two. So it's not that unusual to get a frost this early. Just is what it is up here. That's why we don't grow corn. We tried it last fall. Again, it froze, didn't work out. So it is what it is. But today we are going to be baling some straw. We're going to follow the combine. It's combining some wheat right now. And that thing is heading out to the last quarter of wheat for us. And then the majority of combining will be done for us. We still got a few low spots of barley and peas to finish up. And we'll have a few wet spots of wheat as well. So a little cleaning up to do. But for the rest, it's pretty much done for us after this wheat field, which is pretty awesome. Went really smooth this year. And got a lot of straw as well. I'm just going to service it, blow out the rads, the air filter, put some grease on the chains of that baler, and grease all the grease zerks on there as well. Get it ready to go for today. We are also at some point going to have to move that auger over there to a different yard. We want to keep some of that wheat separate so that we can use it as seed next year. So that's also something we're going to have to do. So the rad's in back here. They get dirty pretty quick, especially when you're baling. All the dust and debris just flies up. You can see the grill, it's got a bit of stuff in here too. Sometimes this thing gets entirely coated when you're baling. You'll notice the tractor getting a little bit warm, so you just got to get out and scrape that off every once in a while. So we got the rads blown out, air filter. I'm just gonna close everything up, get to work on the baler. Got the guards up on the baler. Before I baled last night, it was perfectly clean. I only made 71 bales yesterday. And you can see with those 71 bales how dirty it got. So we're just gonna start off by blowing all the crap out of here, all the straw. It's gonna make servicing it a lot easier. So it's not perfect, but that already is going to make it a lot easier. Now we're just going to grease all the chains. Got some basic spray lube for that. So we turned the PTO on, so everything's moving now. Got to be careful. But this way we can put the lube on the chains. Rads are blowing out, she's greased, chains are oiled up. Gonna put a baling net wrap in the back there, and we can head out to the field and start baling. See, Cole over at Sunny Farms has been having some issues with his baler and his dad. They've had some breakdowns and stuff this year. Unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe this could help them out a bit. That's right here. So you can see the auger. It's right now dumping into a 10,000 bushel hopper bottom bin there. And we're gonna switch it over to a different bin at a different yard. We got a 2,000 bushel bin that we want to keep some wheat separate, and we're gonna clean it out this winter for seed for next spring. So we just got to keep it a little bit separate. So I'm going to clean this auger out. I got to reverse it and dump all of this grain out of it just to make sure it's nice and clean. We want to keep that wheat as clean as possible that's going into the seed bin. So I just backed the auger up into a field here. I'm going to flip that hopper upside down, which is going to dump all the dirty stuff and the chaff out of it. And I'm also going to spin this PTO or switch it around. There's another hookup right there. Just going to move it from there up there. That's going to spin the flighting backwards, and that's going to pull all the grain and the chaff back. And then there's a little door there I can open up, and it'll drop it all on the ground. Then this thing's going to be perfectly clean, and then we'll know that our wheat is going to be super clean as well. Crank the hopper up, drop the auger back down, and then we'll head over to that other yard. This is the canola field from the last video. You guys can see how many bales are out there. It's insane. You guys might be able to see if I hold this camera still enough. It's kind of bouncy. Let's rip into the other yard right now. Looks pretty good to me. The bale monitor, turning it on. We just got out to the field, gonna start baling. Combine's been going for about 3 hours now, so there's quite a bit of straw on the ground. Just gonna check the moisture. $18.6, that's pretty high. $12.4, that's good. $19.5, oof. Yeah, that's messed up. So I just talked to our mechanic who was sitting on the combine, and he said in between the road and the power lines was quite a few oats mixed in with the wheat here. So this stuff is probably too moist. Set on the other side of the power poles, that'll be a lot drier. So that's what I'm gonna try right now. That bale was far too moist, so hopefully I can get something baled this afternoon. So I tried that bale right there. That one was also too moist, but it was right along the power lines there. Then I moved a little even further into the field, and the last bale I just made was only 10% moisture, so that's definitely good enough. So we're gonna make some bales out here. So I just rode along with the truck and moved the auger back to the bigger bin there where it was this afternoon. So combine's got probably another 10 swats. I was almost caught up with them right before that, but there's quite a few more on the ground now, so we're gonna get baling again. One thing I wanted to show quickly, I got some wheat with me here, and that's what we're combining right now. If you chew on this stuff for like 20 minutes, it becomes gum. So you just chew on it over and over and over again, and it literally becomes like identical to gum. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna try it right now. Learned that when I was super young. Pretty much do it every year at least once now when we're combining this wheat straight out of the combine. Tastes like bread. So the last two bales that I kicked out are not completely wrapped. The net wrap is still on the roller right there. It was supposed to go on the bale, but it ended up right there. So I'm just gonna cut it off. That seems to always fix that problem. We run into this maybe once every 300-400 bales or something, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. So just got an X-Acto knife here. gonna splice that net wrap off, throw it at this bale here, and should be good to go. Very dangerous to be underneath that door if you don't put the safety on, so that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Safety's right here. I believe it just locks the hydraulics, so now it's impossible to bring this door down. Yeah, I think it's impossible anyway. I'm not 100% sure though. So there's a little bit left there. It's kind of jammed in there, so I can't really get at it all. Take the safety off. You can see it kind of, it just sunk a little bit as I took that safety off. So after something like that happens, you always want to check the next bale that you pop out. Just the first bale I baled after those bad ones. It's looking pretty good. Roll of net wrap is empty, so we're just gonna switch it around. Gonna grab a roll from behind the baler there and stick it in there. I'll try wrapping this next bale and hopefully it's good. Should be able to do about 120 bales on a single roll of net wrap, which is quite a bit. A pretty nice sunset. It started to rain on us a little bit out there and it was getting pretty late, so we had to call it quits. So that is going to be it for today's video. We ended up baling like 90 bales, which is pretty good, and over half of that field is combine now, which is awesome. Getting closer and closer to being done. It's been going super smooth this year. Got most of the combining done already, so that's awesome. But if you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram @SaskDutchKid, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.